Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. Every player on the team, okay, is an actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it's 162, no skipped innings, no simulated games. You can see from the league standings on the screen, the Avengers are in second place. They've been wedged into the National League West Division. They're 44-26, 2 games behind the first place LA Dodgers. Let's get into the calendar and see what the next game on the schedule is. Okay, so we just won 2 out of 3 on the road against the Milwaukee Brewers, but now it's at home, a 3-game set against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's start with game 1 on a Friday night. View organization's games. The play game, all games will be simulated. Preceding games, do you wish to continue? Okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Crosley Field, the designated ballpark for the Avengers. Overcast, broadcast, perfect. The ace of the staff, Thor Odin's son, Chris Hemsworth, 11-3. Everybody looks pretty good. Let's rock and roll. Let's go. Benedict Wong, no, I don't think so. I'm going to skip. Let's go. So I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. Obviously, I do play-by-play. And the difficulty setting is set to all-star for both hitting and pitching. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Welcome to Crosley Field as the Arizona Diamondbacks visit the Hollywood Avengers. On the mound for the Avengers, Thor Odin's son, Chris Hemsworth. He's making his 15th start of the season's records, 11-3. 11 wins, lead the league, lead the National League. 2.83 earned run average. And leading off for the Diamondbacks is Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson, hitting 283, 10 homers, 33 runs batted in. Comes the first pitch of the baseball game. Hard line drive, but foul for strike 1. Ricky Henderson played for the Oakland A's, played for the New York Yankees, played for the Toronto Blue Jays, stole 2,000 bases in his career, scored 2,000 runs. Swing and a miss. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. 44-26 for the Hollywood Avengers, good for second place in the NL West. 2 games back at the beginning of play. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out swinging for the first out of the ball game. Thor Odin's son. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? Yes, it was. Just blew it past him. So next up is Joe Morgan, 328, 6 homers, 32 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Chris Hemsworth. Low, ball 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Oh, that's Tom Holland at second base, Spider-Man. And Idris Elba in left field, Hemidall. Let's get it. UFC fights and baseball with RC. Mr. Outlander, welcome to the stream. Second baseman Joe Morgan fouls it off. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Thank you for your support, your everlasting support, Mr. Outlander. For those of you that are unaware, he has a great streaming channel of his own. You should check it out. 67 degrees here at Crosley Field and overcast. Count is 1-2. And that's a hard line drive. Base hit to center field's first hit of the game. First hit for the Diamondbacks, and there's a 1-out single for Joe Morgan. Here's the replay. This could be perfect. After the fights, we are streaming baseball too, LOL. Very cool. Next up is the Hall of Famer first baseman Jeff Bagwell, 336, 18 homers, 56 runs batted in. Grounders short. Over to second for 1, back to first. Double play, 6-4-3 to retire the side. So half inning of play here at Crosley. There's no score. Diamondbacks, no, check that. The Hollywood Avengers coming to bat. Put me in, coach. Welcome S. Chris Gaming to the stream. On the mound is Josh James. He's 3-5 with a 7.59 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is Anthony Mackie. Cut that check. Hitting .312, 9 homers, 40 RBIs. He is Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the new Captain America. And he pulls the pitch high and deep, but curling out of play for strike one. Mackey's a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty James. Fastball is low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamondbacks are in third place, chasing the Avengers in the National League West. They're 37-31 on the season. They've given the Avengers a little bit of trouble this season. Fastball in there, 98 on the radar gun, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside backs him off the plate, count evens at 2-2. Fouls off the high fastball, and we will do it again. The Avengers are in their home red and yellow uniforms. Slow bouncer to Joe Morgan at second, throws to first, and there is 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Starting lineup for the Avengers: Mackey is the shortstop, Tom Holland's at first, Chris Evans is the catcher, Chadwick Boseman's at third base, Robert Downey Jr. is at first, the DH is Mark Ruffalo, Idris Elba is in left, Dave Bautista is in right, and batting ninth and playing center field is War Machine Don Cheadle. Tom Holland hitting .355, steps up to the plate, 1 out, bases empty, and swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. Routine play for the right fielder, and there are 2 quick outs. It's Nick Markakis in right field for the Diamondbacks. Next up, Chris Evans, the first Avenger, batting an even .300, 8 homers, 33 runs batted in. He is the catcher today. 2 outs, bases empty. And he flares it to left, but routine play for Ricky Henderson in left. 1-2-3 inning for Josh James at the end of 1. Still no score. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the second inning. It sucks when you only want to watch the co-main, the main event. Yeah, no. When you have these either boxing matches or UFC, and you have to watch the I guess they call them the lower cards, it does suck. You're anxious for the main event, and you have to watch the preliminaries, as they say. Here comes the pitch from Hemsworth. Wow, looked low but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Nolan Arenado steps up to the plate to lead off for the Diamondbacks. He's 6 for his last 15, hitting .276 on the season. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Chadwick Boseman. Long throw in time, 1 away. Nice play by Black Panther. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right is Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans behind home plate. The Avengers lead the league in fielding percentage. So next up is the center fielder, Ketel Marte, .316, 11 homers, 52 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Thor. Swing and a miss over the top, strike 1. Fouls a sinking fastball back. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Marte. Grounded to first. Tosses over to the pitcher covering. Nice play by Robert Downey Jr. at first. And there's 2 out. So Brian Reynolds, hitting .297 homers, 33 runs batted in, steps up. 2 outs, bases empty here in the second. Split finger fastball in there, strike 1. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Chase the pitch out of the zone. But that one, he drives through the box, up the middle. It's a 2-out single for Brian Reynolds, and the inning will continue for the Diamondbacks. Here's the replay. Took that low pitch and drove it through the box. So, up next is the catcher, Jorge Posada. 303, 12 homers, 31 runs batted in. And that's a deep drive. Back to the wall is Batista looking up. It's gone. It's a 2-run, 2-out home run for Jorge Posada, his 13th of the season. And just like that, the Arizona Diamondbacks have an early 2-0 lead here at Crosley Field. Ooh. Oh, pain. The pain. Here's the replay. Jorge Posada of the Yankees in the 1990s. Him and his gloveless appearance. Pain. So still 2 out. Bases empty. Right fielder Nick Markakis steps to the plate. 278, 12 homers, 45 RBIs. The Diamondbacks now lead 2-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball low, ball 1. Thank you for watching the stream. I am RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Pitches outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Markakis. Inside, 3-0 count. On deck, Starlin Castro, the shortstop. Will he have the green light on 3-0? Who knows? We shall see, said the blind man. We shall see. Apparently not. In there, count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Nick. Swing and a miss at the 2-seam fastball. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just gets a piece to stay alive, and we'll do it again. So this is the first game of a 3-game set at home for the Avengers against the Diamondbacks. And he misses. 2-out walk. That'll kill you. Thor Odin's son is having trouble in this top of the 2nd inning. Starlin Castro steps to the plate. 232, 16 homers, 44 runs batted in. Runner leads off first. Splitter in there, strike 1. So in the National League West, the Avengers are in 2nd place. Throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Markakis. Big jump, big lead. Took the defense by surprise. Really no shot for Evans behind the plate. So now there's a runner in scoring position, but the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Castro. Single will get that 3rd run across. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the side is retired. However, Jorge Posada, a 2-run home run with 2 outs, gives the Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead after 1.5. This is Avengers Baseball. Thank you for watching. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Up steps the late, great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .333. He has 9 homers and 33 runs batted in on the season. He is late and great because, unless you've been living under a rock, you're aware that Chadwick Boseman, besides having a line drive to center for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 2nd, Chadwick fell to colon cancer in 2020. May he rest in peace, but here he lives forever. Here's the replay. Almost took the pitcher's head off. So runner at first, nobody out for Robert Downey Jr., who's enduring a 7-game hitting streak, but overall is hitting .280, 9 homers, 35 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter, steps up to the plate. James delivers. Fastball is low, ball 1. Again, runner leads off first. He has speed. Fouls off the fastball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. 2-0 Arizona here in the bottom of the 2nd. 2-1 count to Robert Downey Jr. He plays Iron Man in the MCU, Tony Stark. And that hits him. And the bottom of the 2nd is not starting off well for Josh James. He gives up a leadoff single and now hits a batter. 2 runners on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. right in the fleshy part of the back, upper back. So next up is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, 330. He leads the ball club with 16 homers and 57 RBIs. 2 on, nobody out. Here comes a pitch from James. And he swings and misses at the high and tight fastball for strike 1. I don't think that was a strike, but the count is 0-1. Low, count 1 ball and 1 strike on Bruce Banner. And that ball is high. It is far. It is caught. Oh no. The throw back to first is not in time. Thank goodness. Defensive alignment for that was almost a disaster for the Diamondbacks in the outfield from left to right. Ricky Henderson, Ketel Marte, and Nick Markakis. And in the infield, Gold Glover, Nolan Arenado, Starlin Castro, Joe Morgan, Jeff Bagwell, with Jorge Posada behind home plate. That was almost a double play, but luckily the runners got back. Idris Elba steps up, 279, 4 homers, 24 RBIs. 1 out. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. So they almost ran themselves out of that inning. Runners are at first and second with one out here in the bottom of the second. And it is a easy fly ball for Ricky Henderson. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So the Avengers get the first 2 on with nobody out. Now there's 2 on and 2 away. So unless the next batter, Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, gets a hit, this will be a wasted opportunity. Drax is hitting .308, 7 homers, 31 runs batted in on the season. 2 on, 2 out. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up in the infield. Easy play for shortstop Castro. And he retires the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. More runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. At the end of 2 innings of play here at Crosley Field, 2-0 Arizona. So the lineup turns over for Ricky Henderson for the Diamondbacks, as Ricky Henderson is 0 for 1. He steps up for his second plate appearance. Pulls the ball foul, strike 1. Grounded to first, easy play for Tony Stark. He takes it himself, and there's 1 out.
The batter, number 8, second baseman.
Next up, second baseman Joe Morgan, who had a single in his first at-bat. And he fouls off the sinking fastball, strike 1. So the Avengers, this is game number 71 out of 162 plus, and I say plus because I hope to make the playoffs and then the World Series. Outside corner, strike 2, count is quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Mr. Jose Hall, long time no see. Good evening, sir, yourself. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Good to see your name in the stream. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Joe Morgan. He fouls it off. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. As I was saying, this is game number 71 out of 162. No skipped innings, no simulated games. All of them on YouTube. And that's a line drive towards the right center field gap. It is a 1-hop to the wall, fielded by the center fielder. And by the time he gets the ball back into the infield, it'll be a stand-up double for Joe Morgan, who is now 2 for 2. Here's the replay. Oof. For some reason, so far this season, as we are in mid-June, it seems like the Diamondbacks, while they have a worse record and are chasing the Avengers in the division, the National League West, the Diamondbacks have the Avengers number. So next up is Jeff Bagwell. He grounded out in the first. Here comes the pitch. They have their ace on the mound, Thor Odinson, in there for strike 1. He's 11 wins and 3 losses, and they're having their way with him so far in this game here in the top of the third.
Nope, at the ball.
Outside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Thor doesn't like the call. He thought it was a strike.
Nope.
High and tight, 2-1. And he late on the fastball, strikes it foul. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, runner in scoring position at second. Here comes the pitch. Out in front of the slider, struck him out, and there's 2 out, 2 away here in the third. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Chris Hemsworth. Here's the replay. Nasty pitch. Was expecting the heater, obviously, way out in front. So, 2 away, and up steps Nolan Arenado, who grounded out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Inside corner with the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Arenado's hitting .275 this season with 11 homers and 45 runs batted in. Chases a slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Again, the runner leads off second. 2 outs here in the top of the third. 2-0 lead for Arizona. In there, strike 3, side retired. So, after 2.5. 2-0 Arizona. My brother's plan on a weird difficulty to where you just press what pitch you want to throw, and everything is just automatic after that. Don Cheadle, War Machine, 314 on the season, steps up to the plate. He's the number 9 hitter today, leading off here in the bottom of the third. And that's a hard ground ball through the left side. It is a leadoff single for James Rhodes, and the Avengers have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the third. Well, listen, I'm not one to judge. I let the computer run the bases for me in this game. I don't like to control the runners. There are various difficulty settings. If he enjoys playing it that way, then more power to him. Next up is Anthony Mackie, 0 for 1. Pitches inside off the plate. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Cheadle leads off first. He has speed. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Anthony Mackie, if you've seen the Disney Plus special, Falcon and Winter Soldier, you know that Anthony Mackie is now the new. In there, strike 1. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. He's the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He wanted to play with me, and it threw me off yesterday. Well, listen, I completely get that. If you're playing head-to-head, player versus player, then that's definitely, you need to flip a coin to see who determines the difficulty settings and gameplay options. Deep fly ball to right center field. Ketel Marte makes the catch for out number 1. Yeah, that's tough. When you're playing an online game against another human being, the settings are definitely... Somebody needs to figure out what's fair and what's not. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, 0 for 1. Steps up to the plate, 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Did he check it?
Did he go?
Yes, he did, according to the first place umpire. Ball 1. Tom Holland leads the Avengers in batting average with a .354 average. It can be argued that breaking ball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. I guess player of the MVP of the team so far for the first 2.5 months of the season would be a tie between Spider-Man and the Hulk. And he pulls it into the seats, strike 1. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. The Hulk leads the team in homers and RBIs. Tom Holland's been hitting over 500 with runners in scoring position. Quick pitch over to first. Cheadle's back. So, I mean, it depends on your perspective. Here comes the pitch from James. And he pulls it foul. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. 2-0 lead for Arizona here in the bottom of the third at the home baseball park. Oh no, he picked him off. Oh, Cheadle is out. He is out. Bring back the Knights. Oh, Mr. Jose Hall, those days, the days of the Bronx Knights. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, this is actually the second created franchise I've played on this baseball game. The first one was called the Bronx Knights. And he swings and pops him up short right field. Second baseman Joe Morgan is there. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. So, 3 complete here in Crosley Field. Arizona leads 2-0. Give me a moment. Once we come back from our commercial break, I will continue with that story, Jose. So the first franchise that I played on this game is on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. It is a playlist called The Bronx Knights Baseball. It basically is a team of family and friends that I created 2 years ago, and I decided to play 162 plus. Ended up making the playoffs. I won't tell you if they made the World Series in case you're actually interested in checking it out for yourself, but it was a lot of fun, and Mr. Jose Hall was one of my loyal watchers of that championship, possible championship drive. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Ketel Marte. He's 0 for 1. Again, 2-0 lead for Arizona. Those of you that are interested in this particular franchise, now they have my statue in my. Now they have a statue in my stadium. Well, listen, I hope that statue is dedicated to the Outlanders. Fly ball. He missed a step. He's not going to get there. Idris races over to the wall. He makes the turn at first, heads to second. It is a leadoff double for Ketel Marte here in the top of the 4th, his 17th of the season. And they are continuing to threaten. They already have a 2-0 lead with now a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Up next is Brian Reynolds, who singled in his first at-bat. Comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1, 97 on the radar gun. So I know you mean, Outlander, that there's a statue dedicated to the Bronx Knights, much appreciated. But we're not worthy. We're not worthy. And he yanks the slider foul. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Brian Reynolds. Again, runner leads off second. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the heater. And there's 1 away. That's strikeout number 5 for Thor Odinson. Terrible angle for a replay. It should be from over his shoulder. I don't know why they showed that replay. So next up is the man who put the runs on the scoreboard. Jorge Posada hit a 2-run home run with 2 outs in the 2nd inning to give the Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead. Fastball in there, strike 1. Again, Jorge Posada played for the New York Yankees in real life. Not a Hall of Famer, a All-Star, a major cog in the championship run for the Yankees in the 90s, but not a Hall of Famer. And he makes the throw from second is Tom Holland. Easy play for the 2nd out. Runner will move to 3rd. So there'll be runner at 3rd and 2 away as Nick Markakis steps up to the plate. He walked in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Here comes the pitch from Hemsworth. Fouls it off, strike 1. So as of right now, the Avengers are in 2nd place. I believe that they're 44 and 26. 2 games behind the 1st place LA Dodgers. Again, a play for Tom Holland. He makes the throw in time and the side is retired. So we've done 3.5. Arizona continues to lead 2-0. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So next up, in the bottom of the 4th is the first Avenger, the original Captain America, Chris Evans, 0 for 1. Here comes a pitch from James. And he drives it inside the first base bag and down the right field line. He makes the turn at first and heads to second. The throw to second from Markakis is not in time. It's a leadoff double. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. That is a double for Chris Evans, his 16th of the season. And here's the replay. Let's see if it did indeed. Oh, they're not going to give us the angle. I wanted to see if it indeed maybe hit off the bag. Nah, they're not going to give us that angle. Oh, well. That would have been cool. But in any event, next up is Chadwick Boseman, who had a single in his first at-bat. Chadwick is Black Panther. And that is a shallow fly ball to center, a blue base hit. It is in there, and the lead will be cut in half on the RBI single by Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And the score is now 2-1 Arizona. Oh, yeah. Let's look at the replay. Just a inside pitch, in on his hands, but he gets enough of the barrel of the bat on it to bloop it into short left center field for an run batted in. Next up is Tony Stark, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. No official at-bat as of yet. Runner at first. And that is a Fly ball, it is going to, oh, it's off of the heel of his glove. It's in there. It'll be a single. Runners will be at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Nick Markakis in right field almost made it a brilliant catch. Next up is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. That's a hard line drive. Base hit to left. Rounding third and heading home is the base runner. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is a tie ball game on the RBI single by the Incredible Hulk. Hulk smash. And the score is tied at 2 as the pitching coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks makes that slow stroll out to the mound to talk to Josh James to kind of slow things down a little bit. Next up, Idris Elba, 0 for 1. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. Slider inside, ball 1. Idris Elba played Hemidall in the Thor franchise in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's a hard ground ball through the legs of the pitcher and out through the middle. Rounding third and heading home is the Incredible Hulk. He has very slow speed. Oh, the swipe tag, not in time. And the Avengers on the RBI single by Idris Elba take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Right through his legs. The throw was offline. Swipe tag from Posada, not in time. He gets in there for the third. That's Robert Downey Jr. Slaps the home plate with his bare hand as Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, steps up. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Ground ball 4, 6, 3, double play. So that'll kind of throw some water on the rally as Dave Bautista grounds into a double play. So there'll be a runner at third base and 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth for Don Cheadle, who has a hit in his first at-bat. He's going to need another hit in order to get that runner home from third. Here comes the pitch from James. Down and in, ball 1. Don Cheadle's hitting .355 with runners in scoring position this season. So the presence of Mark Ruffalo at third base does not bother him. Checks his swing. 99-mile-an-hour fastball is high and tight. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. So the MCU plates 3 runs so far here in this bottom of the fourth inning. And he slices it late on the fastball into the seats. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike on James Rhodes. War Machine. Checks his swing. Fastball's outside. Hitters count. 3 balls and 1 strike on Don Cheadle. Again, runner leads off third, 2 away. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Oh, called a strike by the home plate umpire. That pitch looked wide. However, the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Cheadle. Here comes the pitch. And he drives it, but right at Markakis in right field to retire the side. However, the Avengers here in this bottom of the fourth inning score 3 times, and turn a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead after 4 innings of play. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Starlin Castro, who's the number 9 hitter. Struck out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch from Thor Odinson. Fastball in there. Strike 1. So this is the first game of a 3-game set at home against the Diamondbacks. The Avengers now lead here in the 5th, 3-2. Sinking fastball in there, strike 2. Count as 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Starlin Castro. Strikeout number 6. Wins leaders in the National League this season. As you can see, Thor Odinson, Chris Hemsworth, is tied with Cy Young for the league lead with 11. His brother, Tom Hiddleston, has 8. Is basically tied for second on that list with like five players. So the lineup turns over for Arizona. Up steps Ricky Henderson. He's 0 for 2. His third plate appearance. Fastball just low, ball 1. Hard ground ball to Tom Holland. He fields, fires, got him. 2-away. Nice play by Spider-Man at second.
The batter, number 8, second base.
So 2 outs and bases empty. Up steps Joe Morgan, who has a single and a double today. He's 2 for 2. Got that batting average up to .335 on the season. And again, he hits the ball into the outfield. It's a base hit for Joe Morgan. He's 3 for 3. My goodness, can't get that man out. Here's the replay. Line drive through the right side of the infield. So the inning continues for the Diamondbacks. Up steps Jeff Bagwell, who's 0 for 2. 2 outs, runner leads off first. Fastball outside, ball 1. He's going, throw down a second is offline. Stolen base for Joe Morgan, and he's now, so 2 outs, he gets a single, steals a base, puts himself into scoring position. So now a single from Bagwell can tie this ball game at 3. So 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And he pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jeff Bagwell. In real life, Jeff played for the Houston Astros in the 1990s. 500 home run guy. Jams him upstairs. Oh, out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounder to second. Routine play over to first, and the side is retired. So 4.5 complete here at Crosley Field. It's the Hollywood Avengers 3. The Arizona Diamondbacks 2. So leading off the bottom of the 5th, Anthony Mackie, who is 0 for 2.
Number 9.
That's a deep drive headed down towards the left field corner. Check that right field corner. Foul ball, strike 1. I don't know if you know this by now. If you've watched any of my games, you know I have a little bit of a problem with my left and my right. It is a constant struggle. Fastball inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Left and right, constant struggle. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that is a line drive to center field. Back on the warning track is Ketel Marte. Reaching up, he makes the catch for out number 1. Just got under it a little bit for the first out of the inning. So next up is Tom Holland. Tom is 0 for 2 today. Here comes the pitch from James. 1 out, bases empty. At the knees, strike 1. And he pops it upstairs behind home plate. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Spider-Man. That's the next MCU movie I'm very much looking forward to. That's a line drive headed towards the gap. It is caught. Racing over is Ricky Henderson with all of that speed to make the second out of the inning. Nice play. Watch the replay. Got to give respect where respect is due. It looked like it was heading towards the left center field gap, and Ricky Henderson just flagged it down. So 2 outs, bases empty. Chris Evans. Can't tell the Chris is a part in the MCU. Chris Evans has a double in 2 at-bats. Steps up to the plate. Fastball low, ball 1. Chris Evans is 11 for his last 26. That is a .423 clip over his last handful of games. So he's hot. So who's been the best hitter on the team? It's a tie between, I would say right now it's probably the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. And he skies it to center field. Routine play for Marte. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Josh James. So 5 innings of baseball complete here at Crosley Field. It's an official ball game. The Avengers lead 3-2. So I'd say it's a tie between Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Mark Ruffalo. I probably would lean towards Mark Ruffalo because he leads the team in homers and RBIs. But Tom Holland has the highest batting average on the team. and Tom Holland is hitting over 500 with runners in scoring position. So really it depends on your point of view. Line drive from Nolan Arenado to right. Right there is Dave Bautista. Drax makes the catch for out number 1. Here's the replay. Look, he barely has to move. He just kind of shuffles his feet back, makes the catch. Next up is Ketel Marte, center fielder, 1 for 2 with a double. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Thor Odinson sets and delivers. Swing and a miss over the top of the split-fingered fastball. Again, the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 7 for Hemsworth. ERA leaders in the National League. Chris Hemsworth is 3rd on the list with a 2.83 earned run average starting play. Up next with 2 outs is Brian Reynolds. He's 1 for 2 with a single. His ERA will not go down, having already given up 2 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings. So that 2.83 will stay right where it is or possibly even go up. So fouls it back, count again, 0-2. Getting ahead of the hitters this inning, no balls and 2 strikes. That is a recipe for success in starting pitching. Line drive, base it, oh, deep in the hole, it's short, cut that check. Nice play by the shortstop, Anthony Mackie, to retire the side after 5.5. Hollywood Avengers lead 3-2. Deep in the hole, it's short. Cut the check, Anthony Mackie. This is Avengers baseball. So, leading off in the bottom of the 6th, Chadwick Boseman is 2 for 2 today with an RBI single. 2 singles, and one of them was an RBI single. Jams him in on his hands. Easy play for the second baseman, Joe Morgan, and there's 1 away. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. He has a single and a run scored today. And he yanks it foul down the right field line, but out of play for strike 1. Fastball low and outside. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. The bullpen for the Diamondbacks is active. Sam Tuivailala, if that's how it's pronounced, I have no idea, and lefty Paul Fry are getting loose in the bullpen. Line drive, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he pulls it again, foul ball down the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and we'll do it again. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and there's 2 away. Couldn't pull the trigger. After 5 2/3 inning, it's actually the first strikeout of the game for Josh James. Might have been low, but with 2 strikes, you can't let it go. You got to put the bat on the ball. So next up is the Incredible Hulk, who has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Fastball, no, check that changeup inside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to Mark Ruffalo. Checks his swing. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Low, 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not have the green light because I do not swing on 3 balls and no strikes. I take a pitch, and the pitch is low, ball 4, and it's a 2-out walk for Mark Ruffalo. He wanted no piece of him. So runner at first, and the half inning will continue for the Avengers. Next up, Idris Elba, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. Here comes the pitch from James. And it's a deep fly ball to left, but easily playable for Ricky Henderson, and the side is retired. So, 6 innings of play, 3-2 lead, the Avengers. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Jorge Posada, in the second inning, he did this. He put the Diamondbacks on the board with a 2-run home run to left. Check that, 2-run home run to right. Since then, the Avengers have scored 3 runs and have taken a 3-2 advantage. He leads off here in the top of the 7th. Fastball, sinking fastball, inside corner, strike 1. Pulls it foul into the on-field dugout. Check that, on-field bullpen. Dangerous to have a bullpen on the field. One of the bullpen relievers get hit in the back of the head. It's a line drive. Racing over is Idris Elba. Check that. That is Dave Batista in right. Drax makes the catch for the first out. Next up, Nick Markakis. Nick is officially 0 for 1. He does have a walk and a stolen base, however. Here comes the pitch. 1 out, base is empty. Fouls it off. Game seems different somehow. Well, I have to be honest with you. I haven't changed any of the settings. I haven't changed any of the camera views. The uniforms are different. The players are different. It might not be as exciting because you have to realize that you watched a team drive to the playoffs. You know, there was that excitement. There's no Chris Ramos. New update? No, actually, it's pretty much the same. It's just the home ballpark is different because obviously this is you know, a unique home ballpark for the Avengers because they don't really exist. But you know, and that's a line drive headed into the left field corner. Racing over is Idris Elba. 1 hops to the wall. It's a 1-out double for Nick Markakis, and he is in business. Let's watch the replay as he hits it, I believe, over the head of the third baseman, Chadwick Boseman. Nice angle. I love this angle. That is a great angle for baseball. So, as Starlin Castro steps up to the plate, I'm going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And since there's 2 righties and a lefty due up, I'm going to... Sam Jackson is going to warm up. That's Nick Fury. And Stan Lee, Excelsior, the late great Stan Lee is going to warm up. And I'm going to pitch to Starlin Castro, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Runner at second in scoring position. Line drive. Oh, it's down the right field line. And he makes the throw in. And it's going to be a tie ball game. My goodness. Just like that, how quickly the tables turn as a flick of the wrist down the opposite way from Starlin Castro, just out of the reach of the first baseman, Tony Stark, makes it into the right field corner, and this ball game is tied at 3. So let's go to the manager's office again and make a mound visit. Have a little conversation before Ricky Henderson steps up to the plate. Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson today is 0 for 3. Confidence over on the left side of the screen is a blue line CFD. He's got plenty of confidence. His energy is down under 50%. So, you know what? I trust Thor Odinson with my life. I'm going to trust him with this next at-bat. Let's see what happens. And it's a shallow fly ball racing over into the right center field gap is Batista. He makes the catch for out number 2. Returning to first is the base runner. So there's 2 outs. Now runner at first. Next up is Joe Morgan. Joe is 3 for 3. This is a tough matchup. You know what? I have to, honestly, left-handed batter. Manager's going to the bullpen, and I'm bringing in Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, to face Joe Morgan. Manager walks out to the mound, makes that slow walk, calls for the left-hander, and out of the bullpen comes Nick Fury. He's 2-5. He has an ERA of 4.19. He started the season as a starter, got injured, and then ended up in the bullpen. There's no snakes on this plane. Here we go. And that's a line drive headed down the left field line. It is a foul ball. Strike 1. I tried to put an eye patch on him. Obviously, there's no option in created players for eye patches in baseball games, but you know, I tried. Curveball low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Knuckleball floats in there, but inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. This is a big moment in the game. It's tied at 3. Runner at first, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. Misses outside with the cut fastball. Count is hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is power hitter Jeff Bagwell. Nick Fury needs to throw a strike here. And it's a line drive headed towards left. There is Elba, who makes the catch to retire the side. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. They score and tie this ball game at 3. Ugh. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, and in relief comes Sam Tuivalia. Love the players that you picked. Well, thank you, Mr. Jose Hall. Up steps Dave Bautista. Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise is 0 for 2. I have bench players and also bullpen players, all from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The first pitch from Sam is inside. I'm not going to try to say that last name. We'll just call him Sam. And he hits a slow bouncer to the second baseman. Morgan throws to first, and there's 1 away. Next up is Don Cheadle. Don is 1 for 2. His average is at .316 on the season. So he's a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty, Sam. Ground ball to short, throws to first. Nice play, 2 away. Strong throw from Starlin Castro at shortstop. So there are 2 quick outs. The lineup turns over for the Avengers, and up steps Anthony Mackie. Anthony's 0 for 3 today. And it's a ground ball, jams him. Nice play to retire the side. So, 1-2-3 inning at the end of 7. It's 3-3. We have a tie ball game here in this first game of a 3-game set. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Jeff Bagwell. Jeff Bagwell's 0 for 3. Now I have a choice. First thing I'm going to do is go to the manager's office and the bullpen. Stan Lee is warming up, and I'm going to warm up Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany plays Vision in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I have a righty and a lefty warming up. I'm going to go one batter. I'm going to go until Sam Jackson gets into trouble. Next team do Looney Tunes next team. Not a bad idea. Cartoons next team. Screwball, low, ball 1. Attendance here at Crosley Field, 22,905. That is close to a sellout because this is a minor league ballpark. Their max capacity is somewhere in the 20,000 range. And it's a ground ball to first. Tony Stark Fields steps on the bag himself, 1 away. Starting pitcher comparison between Josh James and Chris Hemsworth. As you can see, both of them will end up with no decisions. They pitched to a draw, 3 earned runs each. Hemsworth has the edge on the strikeouts, 7-1, but doesn't really matter. So next up is the third baseman, Nolan Arenado, who's 0 for 3. Here comes the pitch from Nick Fury. Grounder deep in the hole at short. Jump throw, Jeterian in time. What a play. Cut the check, Anthony Mackie. And there's 2 away. Show us a replay. Come on, show replay. That's the new Captain America. Tossing the shield over to first. 2 outs. Switch hitter Ketel Marte is 1 for 3 with a double. He turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty Sam Jackson. Knuckler floats in there for strike 1. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he's late on the fastball, lines it into the seats. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Strike three called. Knuckler floated in there for strike three, and Ketel Marte cannot believe the call. Nevertheless, the side is retired after 7.5. Still, ball game is tied at 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Up steps Tom Holland, who is 0 for 3. Batting average is dipped to 351. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Inside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Next game time, I don't know, probably tomorrow. Swinging, oh, he tried to check his swing but did not. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right now I am doing this created franchise on MLB The Show. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tom Holland. And I'm also alternating with this and a game called the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Inside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The first Avenger, Chris Evans, is on deck. So I go back and forth between baseball and a science fiction game called Mass Effect. And he pulls it foul. Count remains full, 3-2. So I don't know. I may play Mass Effect tomorrow and then baseball the following day. Pitch is outside, ball 4, and Sam walks the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 8th. That, my friends, is a recipe for disaster. You cannot walk the leadoff man and give him a free pass, because 65% of the time he comes around and scores. Top of the 8th, you can't do it. So next up is Chris Evans, who's 1 for 3 with a double. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Sam. Quick throw to first. This is Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. You are always welcome here. This is Avengers Baseball. That's a line drive to left. It is a base hit, and they have something cooking here in the top of the 8th inning. There are 2 runners on here and nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. I've seen other game on YouTube. Yeah, it's kind of like a third-person shooter role-playing game called Mass Effect. Checks his swing, pitches inside, ball 1 to Black Panther. Chadwick is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI today. Runners lead off first and second. The ball game is tied at 3. And he skies it to shallow center field. Easy play from Marte. He makes the catch for out number 1. Now, I forgot to do this, ladies and gentlemen. Once a game, I always pause the game, and I go to options, and I press gameplay, and I show that the hitting difficulty is on All-Star, and the pitching difficulty is on All-Star. Now, I don't have anything to prove to anybody, but once a game, I like to make a record of the fact that this season in its entirety is on All-Star difficulty setting. So, just for accountability's sake. Next up, Robert Downey Jr., 1 for 2 with a single. Runners lead off first and second with 1 away. And it's a ground ball up the middle. He steps on the second base bag, throws to first in time, double play. 4 unassisted, 3 double play, and the side is retired at the end of 8. This ball game remains tied at 3. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the top of the 9th. Up steps Brian Reynolds, who's 1 for 3 with a single today. Switch hitter now batting from the... Like to see you live playing the other game. Oh, well, that's cool. Thank you very much. Well, keep in mind, tomorrow I will probably be playing the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And he's late on the cut fastball, fouls it down the right field line for strike 1. I'll probably be playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition tomorrow, and then the next day will be baseball, Avengers Baseball game number 72. This is game 71. Thank you for your interest. Usually in the afternoon and evenings, Eastern Standard Time. It's really difficult to really set a schedule, family obligations. I play when it's fun. That's what keeps streaming fun, is when you haven't... If you turn it into... I believe that if you make it a schedule, it becomes like a job. If it becomes a job, it's not fun, then what's the point? The point is to have a good time. Deep drive to center from Reynolds. Racing back is Don Cheadle. War Machine makes the catch in front of the warning track for out number 1. Nice play by James Rhodes in center. Next up, Jorge Posada. Jorge has a 2-run home run today. He's 1 for 3. Another switch hitter in the Diamondbacks lineup. He turns around and hits from the right side against the lefty Sam Jackson. Please, I know, family first. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm just saying it's not, you know. Uh-oh. One hop to the wall. Fielded. Luckily, Idris Elba gets to the ball quickly and gets it back in and holds the catcher, the slow-running catcher Posada, to a single. Any other player in the lineup, that ball is a double. But Idris Elba in left field holds him on the carom to a single. Actually, I really think he probably would have been safe at second, but the good thing is there's only a runner at first now. So next up is Nick Markakis, and before we go for any further, the manager is going to go for a mound visit and talk things out, send the pitching coach out there. Nick Markakis is 1 for 2 with a double. As you can see from the left side of the screen, the confidence and energy is high for Sam Jackson, so he's staying in the game against a left-handed hitter. So here we go. That ball is high. It is far. Back is Idris Elba to the track, looking up. He makes the catch at the fence for the second out. My goodness, that was almost a 2-run home run in the 9th inning for Nick Markakis.
Now batting, shortstop, Starlin.
Talk about close calls. Next up is Starlin Castro. I believe Starlin is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Is Starlin a switch hitter? No, Starlin's a right-hander. So you know what I'm going to do? It's time to go to the manager's office and the bullpen and bring in Stanley Excelsior. Let's put him in the game.
Your attention, please.
Stan the man that started it all, is 5-1 with a 2.73 earned run average. He lives forever in this franchise. So he faces Starlin Castro, 2 outs, runner at first, tie ball game here in the top of the 9th. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. Sets, fires, not in time. It is a infield single. Infield single. Sam Jackson basically tried to rip the ball out of the manager's hand. He said, listen, Sam Jackson's like, I ain't leaving this motherfucking lounge. I'm staying. But unfortunately, what the manager says goes. Up next in the batter's box is Ricky Henderson. He's 0 for 4 today. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Here comes the pitch from Excelsior. And that's a blue single to center. He's racing in. He's not going to make it. Oh, he rounds third and heads home. And the throw to the plate is not in time. It is a 4-3 lead for Arizona with the 2-out hit by Ricky Henderson to drive in the go-ahead run. Don Cheadle races in, cannot make it. Makes the throw, not in time. And the Arizona Diamondbacks take the 4-3 lead with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. My goodness. Not a good outing for bullpen. We're going to bring in Paul Bettany, the left-hander. Oh no, we can't bring him in because of that stupid rule in baseball. He has to face him. Obviously, we take Stan Lee, bring him in. Joe Morgan's 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles. Oh no. Screwball in there, strike 1. He's got to pitch to minimum of 3 batters before you can relieve him. A dumb rule in baseball that didn't exist before 2020. What a dumb rule. Grounder, foul ball, strike 2. Joe Morgan's hitting .452 with runners in scoring position so far after the first 2 months of the season. My goodness. This is a tough spot. Fouls it back. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. So Arizona, in this first game of a 3-game set, pushes across a run here in the top of the 9th. It'll be up to the Avengers to hold them right here and score a run to push it to extra innings. Fouls it back. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball backhanded by Robert Downey Jr. Races him to the bag, steps on it to retire the side. But the Avengers, it's their last licks. They need a run across the board to tie this ball game. Going to the bottom of the 9th, Arizona now leads 4-3. All right, here we go. On the mound is the closer for the Diamondbacks, Tyler Duffy. He's pitched in 24 games. He does have an 0-3 record, and his ERA is 4.15. He does have 17 saves out of 20 save opportunities. Leading off for the Avengers, 1 for 2 with an RBI single today, is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. 1 swing of the bat. This ball game could be tied. And he pulls it foul for strike one. Mark Ruffalo leads the team with 17 homers. Game seems more fun to watch. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Swing and a miss out in front of the knuckle curve, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Well, I'll say this. There's certainly name recognition, so that makes it more fun. Slider is low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Also, this happens to be an exciting game, so you might have just picked a lucky one to drop into. Checks the swing, knuckle curve outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are here in the bottom of the 9th at home for the Avengers. They are down by a run, 4-3 to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Outside, an 0-2 count falls to 3-2, full count. On deck is Hemidall, Idris Elba. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from the closer, Tyler Duffy. Fouls it back, and we will do it again. Mark Ruffalo is the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's a hard ground ball to the shortstop, Castro. Throws to first, 1 away. So Duffy wins that battle. League leaders in saves in the National League. Eric Gagne of the Pittsburgh Pirates leads with 22. Tyler Duffy is right in the middle of the pack. Jeremy Renner is also Hawkeye. Is also on that list. So next up is Idris Elba. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. Here comes the pitch from Duffy. Fastball outside, ball 1. Ground ball to the third baseman who's guarding the line. Arenado, long throw in time, and there are 2 away, and the Hollywood Avengers are down to their final out of the game. This is a base hit if they're not guarding the line. Hits it right down the third base line, but he's standing there waiting for the pitch. Routine throw, 2 away. Representing the final out of the game is Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, who's 0 for 3 today. Should I pinch hit? Probably, but I just can't take Drax out of the game. Knuckle curve is outside, ball 1. How do you take Drax the Destroyer out of the game? I can't do it. Hard ground ball backhanded by Joe Morgan. He throws to first in time, side retire, ball game over. Arizona Diamondbacks win 4-3, and they take the first game of this 3-game set against the Avengers on the road at Crosley Field. So the Avengers, if I'm not mistaken, are 44-27. They are still in second place, 2 games behind the LA Dodgers. Depending on what the Dodgers do today, they may be 3 games back if the Dodgers lose. The winning pitcher is Sam Tuivailala. I don't know how to pronounce his name. So here's the scorecard. Hollywood Avengers lose. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Avengers, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Sam gets the win. Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, gets the loss. I'm sure he's going to be throwing things around the clubhouse. Tyler Duffy gets save number 18. Jorge Posada is the player of the game with 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Fun game. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, Mr. Jose Hall. Thank you for the Jose Hall. Thank you to the Outlander Show. Thank you to S. Chris Gaming. Thank you to anyone who might have been lurking in the background or anyone's name that I might have missed. I appreciate you. I love the fact that you come to my streams. The next one will probably be tomorrow. Instead of baseball, it will be the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's more specifically the 3rd game in the trilogy, Mass Effect 3, as that game is winding itself towards a conclusion. Science fiction, RPG, third-person shooter. It's a lot of fun, so please check that out. If that doesn't sound interesting to you, lots of playlists on my YouTube channel. Please check them out. I'm sure you can find something that you enjoy. In any event, unfortunately, this is a loss, but you know what? In a long season, sometimes you lose. It's just a part of life. The final here at Crosley Field, the Arizona Diamondbacks win 4-3. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Have yourself a great night.